always having technical difficulties with all kinds of stuff. There's so many elements you gotta like be aware of. The lights, the cameras, the angles,
The bottles.
the sound, yeah, like the framing. It's just a lot, but
Yeah.
good thing I have a good team.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna roll into it. Like I said, this is like it's
Just
just
a
me.
casual
It's
conversation.
just me. It's just old me, and
I like that.
we know each other. We've talked before. We had like a 3-hour conversation.
I know. We were talking about that. That should have been a podcast. Like, we should have just hit record right there.
Yes, when we met that one day.
That happens a lot. So many times we have conversations with people and we're like, dang, if this was recorded,
It would go viral.
it would.
That was my idea behind the StudioBar podcast because for some reason you have amazing conversations, and a lot of times even with a stranger that you just meet. Like would you meet a person at the airport or traveling, and sometimes you even confide in this stranger, and
It's for a reason.
and it's for a reason, yeah. So that happens to me at a bar. At a bar, like we always meet strangers, and we just happen to connect,
Yeah.
talk, and you never know where the conversation leads. But sometimes they're really good conversations that should be recorded.
Oh, yeah. I used to be a hairstylist, and all
Okay.
of my clients that would come in, I would talk to them and I would think, oh my God, this should be recorded. This conversation could help so many people.
Yes.
But yeah,
Would you ever go back to hairstyling?
no.
No. Too
No.
many.
I loved the connection that I had with people. I just feel like that was a season,
Yes.
and I did the most. I did it big.
Yeah.
And
I like how you said season because that's how I look at my life too. Like, okay, this is a new season.
yeah,
And it's like, and it's fun for me because you close cycles and then it's new projects and like something new to look forward to.
yeah,
And sometimes you let go of things or people or relationships and you walk into ready and free to meet
yeah.
new people.
And new doors open that you would never, if you were still in that season, that door would have never opened.
Exactly.
So now that you've stepped into a whole new space, new doors are opening, the ones that are supposed to.
You need to get
Closer.
out of your own way. No, I meant I was still being a philosopher, but Brisa Alfaro,
Okay.
welcome
Thank you.
to the StudioBar podcast.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Salud.
salud, and we're gonna try to go as deep as we did our first conversation,
Okay.
or not. Welcome and thank you for stopping by. You have a crazy story.
Thank you. Thank you for having
We
me.
were talking about life taking turns, and your life took an insane turn.
Yeah.
And I just kind of wanted to jump straight to it.
Yeah.
And you were, how old were you when this life-changing event occurred?
I was 32.
Okay, and
When
you
it
were just
happened.
living your life.
I was, and I from the high desert, just like you.
Yes.
Like you're not from here, but you're making your mark here, and I felt like that was my mark. Was working in the beauty industry, and I worked in Apple Valley. I lived in Apple Valley. I owned a hair salon. My family owns a very successful Mexican restaurant. And I don't know, you never think that anything really drastic and
Like,
life-changing could ever happen
you never
to
think
you.
it's going to happen to you, exactly.
No, you don't. You take it for granted that everything is going as planned, and that's just not the way world works. Yeah, that was a eye-opening experience for me because I was such a planner. I still am, and I kept planning my life and planning the way things go. And
You were ready for, okay, when I'm 33, when I'm 34, when I'm
Yes.
35, I'm going to do this, this, and this.
and just life doesn't do that. Like you have, that saying, you got to roll with the punches. I did, but I learned to pivot in small ways because nothing really drastic happened. And until one day it happened. And my whole life changed, the life of my family and everybody around me. And I mean, everybody's got a story like that. And I feel like it happened for me, not to me.
What happened?
So I was 32 and I was in the hospital faced with a less than 1% chance to survive. And I remember laying in the hospital bed thinking the same thing, thinking about there's no way they're talking about me. Because when I would hear the doctors explain my case to the other doctors, it was something so far-fetched, like it sounded like a movie. Like there's no way they're talking about me.
You could hear everything that was happening around you.
Yeah, I could. So I had a stroke, and not just any kind of stroke. So most strokes that happen to people affects a certain side of their body, the left side or the right side. Mine happened in the middle, and it affected both sides. So I developed something called locked-in syndrome, and I was locked in my body. And that's the reason that they told my family that I had less than 1% chance to survive, that there were 5 cases per year worldwide of people that they know of that have experienced this type of stroke, and much less people that survive this type of stroke. So hearing those words scared me. Those odds, less than 1% chance, that's not something you would ever expect to hear with your name attached to it. And I remember feeling like everything that I worked so hard for, everything that I did in my life, it all boiled down to this moment right here, right now. And I honestly did not think that I was the type of person that could survive something like this. And I didn't think that I had the will or the fight inside of me right when it happened. And I think that happens to a lot of people when you ask them, or when they even hear of a situation happening with someone else, they say, I could never do that. But really, if you're living that moment, and it is a do or die moment, you do have a decision to make. And I tried to make that decision that I wanted to live again.
And to put it in perspective, for people that are listening, so you had this stroke.
Yeah.
And you lost consciousness and recovered consciousness in the hospital bed, where you woke up, or you started listening your diagnosis as the doctors are explaining this is a 1% survival probability. And at one point, but you were paralyzed. You were completely paralyzed.
Yeah.
And it's called
Locked-in syndrome.
Just think about that, locked-in syndrome.
Like you're in prison in your own body.
So it's like everybody has experienced sleep
Paralysis.
and that's frightening.
Right.
And it goes away in like a few seconds. But you were
It
locked.
doesn't feel like a few seconds though.
Yes, because you're scared, but you were locked in, but you didn't know what the heck was happening. At what point did you realize, like, I cannot move?
I think when people were not responding to me, because I was responding to them. They were talking to me or talking about me. They weren't speaking to me.
And you could see who was in the room.
At the time, I could hear it. I couldn't necessarily see it because at that time I had already had the stroke. And so think of this. When most people have a stroke, think of your brain as a town, and something can happen within that town, the left side or the right side of the town. Over time, it could repair, and you may be able to enter that area. Mine happened in the middle of the town, the main highway going in and out of that town. So
The 15 was blocked.
it was blocked.
There was
You
a fire
couldn't-
on the 15.
Exactly. Like you couldn't get to the high desert because all roads are done. And so that's what they were trying to explain to my family, that she could hear you. She just can't communicate.
So they knew that you were
They
there.
knew. They knew that I was trying to communicate with them, but I couldn't. They knew, I don't know if they knew by heart rate or whatever it was. I mean, they did every test on me. They put needles in my toes, and they did like trying to see if I would react, but I couldn't react. So what happened was I stopped sending signals from my brain to the body. So there was a roadblock, a barrier that stopped allowing any signals to reach my body to make my hand move or allow me to speak or sit up or any command that they gave me. I didn't know how to make that connection again. So it seemed like I was just a body laying in a hospital bed with no intent, not trying to get out, basically hopeless. On the outside, it looked
Were
hopeless.
you trying to like scream?
Yeah, it was like it was getting frustrating.
It's a nightmare that you were living.
Yeah,
Real life.
I think the body does a lot to block out some trauma.
I bet.
And I started reasoning with myself and I just didn't understand why they couldn't understand me or hear me or anything. So I thought that I just had to work harder for them to hear me. I didn't realize they couldn't hear me because of the type of stroke I had.
Did it feel like a little bit of a dream? Were you like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm dreaming?
More of a nightmare, but yeah.
Yeah. And then were you aware of the time that was passing? Were you aware like, I've been here for days now?
No, time was not relevant for me in that moment. I know it was months that I was
Jeez.
like, I remember them talking about the Easter bunny outside of my window. So I had the stroke in New York City and on the high rise, and the FDNY would raise in the bucket, they would put the Easter bunny waving at all of the...
In New York?
In New York.
That's where you were when you had your
That's
stroke?
where I was when I had the stroke.
And you just collapsed?
So when I had the stroke, I was in the hospital. I was there for a symptom that was unrelated to my stroke. I was having allergies and I was traveling. And I used to live in New York, but now I switched it around and I was living in California and traveling to New York. So while I was traveling to New York, that's when everything happened. And I was FaceTiming my mom, and I said, I have really bad allergies, and I'm in the beauty industry, and I'm supposed to be on stage teaching, and they're going to have cameras zooming in on my face. Oh my God, I can't. And she says, well, maybe they can give you something at the doctor's, or the only way I could do that is if I go to emergency. While I was in emergency, I was in the hospital when it happened.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was God for sure.
Jeez, I didn't know that part. And then you were transported, or they...
Yeah, so it happened there, and I was transported to New York Presbyterian Hospital, where I stayed there until I was stable enough to fly back in a medical jet, like a medical, I don't know what kind of, Learjet. At least I can say I rode a Learjet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a medical one, and they brought me to California, where I spent time at Kaiser, Ontario, and then Fontana, and finally San Bernardino, Ballard Rehabilitation.
Yeah. And then so your family was notified. They were waiting for you. You
Yeah.
heard.
My mom actually, they all came out. Everybody came out. I mean, we rolled deep in my hospital
Yeah.
room. There was everybody there.
They're like, yeah, they're Latino for sure.
Yeah, for sure. They gave us the biggest room because we just kept coming out of the woodwork. But
Yeah, they're like, who got the music going on? Like, it's a hospital.
they did. And my mom would play. I remember when I was locked in my body, and I think this helped me a lot. Nobody could tell that I wasn't locked in my body. Like everybody they didn't know that I could hear them and,
Your eyes were
and
closed?
everything. My eyes were closed. And they just thought I was like in an induced coma, basically. And my mom would play like Alejandro Fernandez and Luis Miguel, and she would be playing music, trying to remind me of, when I was younger.
It was intentional.
It was intentional. Yeah.
Your mom is a badass.
My mom saved my life.
Literally.
My mom saved my life.
She literally stood between the doctors and
Yeah.
it's time to let go.
One thing that my mom did, and I don't know who told her that it would be a good idea to do, but I don't know if you've ever heard of the book The Secret.
Yes.
So The Secret focuses on the law of attraction, on what you focus on grows, manifestation and all of that. So my mom had so much conviction in my recovery. I needed to tap into her belief because I was starting to lose faith. And I believe that was a God moment also. My mom played the book The Secret, the audio version, and I was listening to it. And while I was listening to it, I heard the voice of many amazing teachers, and one of them was Lisa Nichols. And I remember she said, the first step is to ask. Make a command to the universe. Let the universe know what you want, because the universe responds to your thoughts. Thoughts were all I had. I didn't have a voice. I didn't have movement. I didn't have anything but thoughts. So if all I had to do was clean up my thoughts, then that's what I was going to do. And that's what I did. And I started to believe in complete healing. If it could happen for some people, why couldn't it happen for me? So some people would see the 1% chance as a death sentence. I saw it as a chance.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yep. more like 1 in a million.
Right.
So there's
So
a chance.
I did, and I focused on that chance, and I realized that it was my fight, even though my mom was fighting so hard for me to see it, just like any parent. As a parent, you want your children to know what is possible for them and know that they are limitless.
Your mom was she always believed
She always believed.
You're right here and you're going to come back.
And as a result, I started to believe. I started to borrow her belief. And once I had enough energy to start to believe in myself. Sometimes I think that's what happens to us when we are thrown curveballs in life and we start to doubt ourselves. Sometimes we do have to believe from other people. We have to borrow the belief of other people. And that's just human nature. And I think that as humans, we want to help. That's natural, innate. Like inside of us, we want to help. And I think that we forget we are human And there are going to be times that it's going to be difficult, and it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to receive help. And at that time, I needed her help. And I received it by my mom believing in me and just playing audiobooks and reminding me stories, playing the music and talking to me as if it was inevitable and reminding me to believe that. And I started to believe that. I started to believe in my own ability. So much so to the point where I started to dream. And I believe that that is something that so much of us forget to do. So many adults, we forget to dream. And as children, when children are in the living room running around with a towel behind their neck saying that they're Batman or Superman or whatever, they really believe it. My niece runs around with butterfly wings and she really believes she's a butterfly princess. She does. Nobody could tell her otherwise. But as we get older, we stop dreaming. And as a result of that, we stop manifesting beautiful things in our lives. And I think that's the key, is to keep dreaming. I started to dream about the possibility of a better life. And I started to play this movie in my mind of what I wanted to create. And I believed in this movie so wholeheartedly, so much so that I was creating my future, the future that I wanted. And when the doctors would come into the room and try to assess me and try to talk about what my odds were and how it wasn't looking good or anything like that, I honestly it was like a commercial break. I took a pause. I stopped playing my movie that I wanted to play, and I would listen, and I would, okay, thank you for that, just like you would for any other commercial. You listen to it, but you might rewind a little bit, or fast forward. You might fast forward just to get past it so you can get back to your movie. That's what I did. I just kept playing my movie, fast forward the parts that I didn't like.
Okay.
I would listen to it. Thank you for that information. And then I would get back to what I wanted.
Yeah, because up until this point, there was still no glimmer of like
Hope.
Not
for the outside. For me, I had nothing but hope.
Yes, and your mom as well. But something happened where it was like
night and day.
Yes.
That's when everybody celebrated. It was, so a lot of people think that in order to have change, it has to be big. For me, it was very small. It was very small, but it was very intentional. My mom kept noticing me move, and she kept telling the doctors that my daughter's moving, and she's moving on command. And my doctors kept telling her, I'm sorry. I know you want to believe it.
Oh, wow.
But those movements are involuntary. And I think that happens to a lot of us when we're trying intentionally to make something happen and it doesn't happen because it's not big enough, it's not noticed enough, it's not making a difference. It's,
like you
so
think it's not making a difference.
You think it's not making a difference. So you ignore it. But my mom didn't ignore it. And she's a stubborn Mexican mama. And she's like, no, you go back in there and you check her. And they did. They came in and they said, okay, your mama says you're moving. Show us a sign that you are moving. I remember all the other times that I would try, it was kind of sporadic. She never knew. She knew that I was moving on command, but it wasn't ever one particular thing. I would move my pinky. I would twitch. I would, do all these things. But
and she was. I'm assuming like she was like, "Hey, baby, like, can you move this? Can you?" One,
over
two, three,
and over again. But this time it counted because I had the doctors all in the room and they needed to see it. And so now I needed to focus all of my energy on that one specific movement. And I was able to make the connection from my brain, passing the barricade at my brainstem, traveling all the way down through my arm, traveling down to my wrist and kind of stalling at my wrist. And I believe that stall happens to all of us, where we're like, come on, it's not happening, it's not happening. And we give up too soon. I was kind of in that moment. It was stalling and it was not happening. And one of the doctors was like, no, she's not doing it. It was two neurologists there. He's like, she's not doing it. But the other doctor noticed a fraction of a movement. He noticed my face change. And he said, no, I think you need to give her more time. Her face just changed. A fraction of a movement saved my life. Because he then gave me more time. And I was able to make that connection to pass the barrier at my wrist and reach it all the way down to my pinky. And I was able to make my pinky move on command. That movement, everybody celebrated. The nurses, the doctors, my family. I mean, you would think somebody won the Super Bowl in my hospital room because everybody was cheering. But it was a fraction of a movement. It was a tiny, first it started with my face, and then later it was a pinky move. A pinky move is what started everything. Some people think that.
It was a small move, but a big step.
Big step.
For humanity.
Big step. That's what my brand is.
Or Brisa.
Small moves, big results.
Yes, and that was the beginning of your recovery, really. Because now you showed everybody like, hey, I'm still here. I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Get back to work.
Get back to work. And that's essentially what happened. After I moved my pinky, I eventually moved my hand. And then I moved my arm. And then I moved the right side of my body. Months and months later, my left side started waking up. And I was able to start to move both sides. And this is years of recovery.
Yeah, so from the moment you landed on the hospital to the moment your pinky moved to starting to gain control of your whole body was years?
Yeah. Yeah. I still have moments where I'm delayed a lot. I mean, everything is a pinky move for me. Every milestone, everything that I accomplish, it all stems from a pinky move. All you got to do is move a pinky. I said yes to this podcast. This was a big pinky move for me because I'm used to hiding behind my podcast, in my podcast studio, where I'm interviewed in a little podcast room where no one can see that I have notes all in front of me. No one can see that. No one can see that I'm struggling with short-term memory and imposter syndrome and I just so much survivor's guilt, all these things. Nobody sees that, but I hide in my little corner of the world and I'm not exposed. And in order to grow, you have to expose. Just like, you skin your knee, you can only have a Band-Aid on for so long. After a while, you got to take that Band-Aid off so it can heal. And I've been doing that by pinky moves. So being here live in this studio with you without notes, without my crutch, without anything to help me stand on my own 2 feet, I'm doing it.
You standing.
Just by a pinky move, just by flickering my pinky. That's all that this is. And I think too many times, all of us think we have to do these grand gestures just to get something accomplished. And you don't. You just have to say yes and do it over and over and over again. You know how many times I fell learning how to walk again? But just like a baby learning how to walk, you don't, yell at the baby and go, "You are so dumb, you don't know how to walk." You don't do that. What do? You praise them and you tell them, "Yay, good job." They fell and you celebrate them for trying. We don't do that enough as adults.
And we don't do it to ourselves.
We don't.
Right?
Yeah, we believe that we should have it all together, and no one has it all together. Everybody's living this facade that everybody's doing the best they can, but they live in this Instagram world or this, social media world, and they put their best stuff out there. So they think that everybody's got it together, but nobody's got it together. Everybody's doing the best that they can, whatever it looks like. And some people might be 2 or 3 steps ahead of you, but that's okay. That they're just showing you that it's possible. They're not showing you that they're ahead of you. They're just showing you it's possible. And I think that that's where we get it wrong. We think that it's a competition. It's not a competition. They're just showing us they can do it. So can we.
And now you speak with so much passion and so much knowledge, to where you're gonna do a lot of good in the world now. Just sharing your story, and that's the path you are taking in this life. You want to share your story and help motivate as many people to, hey, I know it seems overwhelming, but all you got to focus on right now is just move that little pinky and the rest will follow.
Yeah.
So what are you doing with that, with your life coaching?
So I think my life has made so many pivots, so many changes since my recovery. I mean, technically, I'm still recovering. I'm still ongoing. I mean, I still have many things that I'm working through. I have short-term memory and aphasia, problem with numbers. I have so many things that are challenging, that are invisible. And I am choosing to do it regardless, just to keep going. And it doesn't look like what I want it to look like all the time. So when I started coaching, I thought that's what it was. That's what I got to do. I got to start coaching, and I got to get people to believe in themselves and realize that all they got to do is move their pinky. All they got to do is make small movements, make small moves, make a big difference. And they're going to build a life that they can hardly recognize. They just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other. That's it. And I realized that also was a shift for me, because that moment, doing that was a season also. I had a season of recovery, and I had a season of finding out who I was in that season, of sharing my story and helping people. And I thought that it was going to be coaching. And don't get me wrong, I still do some coaching, but more than anything, I've really enjoyed helping people on different stages. So I share my story on different stages, podcasts, and in different forms. But so I'll give you a little insight. When I share my story on a stage, I'm more comfortable than like this because they're not asking me questions. They're just allowing me to talk, and I'm rehearsing enough that I know how it's going to come out. So in this setting, I don't know what's going to come out.
You don't know what I'm going to ask.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to ask. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know if I'm going to get stuck. I don't know if people are going to judge me and, think that I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know.
And now people go through that sort of mental spiral. Mm-hmm. And it's like, how do you cope with that? And then how do you teach people, hey,
I think
this is how you do it?
For me, all I could do is share what helps me. And what helps me is just getting grounded and going back to the ground floor. Like, so you starting back at zero.
You have a base where you could like reroute yourself and just.
Well, and that's so simple. It's for me, it's the floor, it's the ground. I stand on something solid and I know I'm good.
Like
I'm
literally.
Okay. Literally. I before I came here today, I put my bare feet on the grass. Oof. And I was just walking barefoot, and I was just breathing and taking in the moment and thanking God for the opportunity to live another day.
Yes.
And that was grounding enough for me to get over my anxieties, show up, and realize that I don't need to have all the answers. I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to be polished. I don't need to be rehearsed. I don't need to look as beautiful as your assistant. I can just be me, and I'll be okay. People will still they'll appreciate it. I'll still have something to offer somebody.
Well, first of all, you are beautiful.
Thank you.
And second of all, it's even better if you're not as polished, because we do try to be perfect all the time.
Yeah.
But it's like people want more authentic, unpolished people, because we relate to
Real.
to the real, to the authenticity of you, to the stumbles, and because we could relate more to that, we pay attention. We're actually listening, because now it's like, oh, this is one of us talking to me. It's not this person that seems perfect, that's way up here, where we automatically think, oh, well, they could do it because they're perfect. That doesn't apply to me. So that's what I tell people too, like, just don't worry about it. Like, if people want you like this, they want the real you.
They want the real.
And this is the real you right here. There's no notes.
Nope, no notes.
No notes. It's just you.
It's just me.
From the top of the dome.
Yep, that's it. And I have to say, I'm pretty proud of myself, because I was just like everybody does. They spiral and they start thinking, oh my God, what if I mess up? And what if I can't remember? And
you know what's crazy? You do seem like you have it all together. and you shared with me how, like, you deal with like short-term memory loss. And then, like, the other things that you mentioned, like imposter syndrome, and like, oh my God, and this anxiety, and I'm gonna get grounded, or I don't have my base right now, I have anxiety. And but really, you don't look like that.
no, thank you.
Yeah, you look like you got it together. But that's an example as like, hey, I'm also a person.
Yeah.
And if I could keep, pushing forward, so
Making
can
pinky
you.
moves.
Pinky moves.
Pinky moves.
Yeah. Which is like baby steps. Because I get overwhelmed all the time too. And because we tend to see like where we want to get, and then we see all the obstacles ahead. But really that doesn't even matter, because we still have to deal with like what's in front of us right now.
Yes.
And that's a much smaller problem to deal with. So that's a pinky move you're going to focus on.
Yeah, totally. I think people become paralyzed in fear. So, yeah, I was locked in my body, but I also understand that there's a lot of people that are locked in their life, locked in their circumstances, locked in their past, and they don't realize that you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay locked in. You can break through. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen with pinky moves, pinky move progress. And I think that when you realize that you're not alone, all of us are going through it. There's some challenge in all of our lives that we wish we could break free from. And once we realize that we're no different than everybody else, I think that humanity starts to come back to us and go, you know what? I'm not the only one. I'm okay. I'll be okay. I just got to take one little step.
Yeah. And you have a book?
I do.
Titled?
I do. Limitless.
Okay.
It's called, so I wanted to name it Pinky Moves, but that will be my next book.
Okay.
But I call it Limitless because I realize that we are all limitless. I appreciate when people call me a miracle. Thank you for that. But I believe that all of us are. And I really think that we are all limitless as long as we continue to put one foot in front of the other and not give up on our dreams and our hopes, our desires and our plans. And if we just keep going, I think that all of us can create a life that we could barely recognize.
So for you, that you already, because people that never struggle, they crumble with the first obstacle, right? Now that you, Brisa, overcame this massive obstacle, does it make it easier to just be like, you know what, life, bring it? Like you already did this, you know, you already put me through this. Like I could handle anything. So like, does that change like your goals?
To some degree.
Be like, okay, this is what I actually want, and I'm gonna go for it because I already did this.
Yeah.
This can't be harder than this.
Yeah, to some degree. I think sometimes I am very much like that. And then sometimes I need people to help me and remind me what I've done and what I've accomplished. And that's why it's so important that you have a circle, that you have people that are willing to put a mirror in front of your face and show you who you are and show you what you've done and realize that you did that, you could do this too.
Yes.
So sometimes it's just normal human nature to question yourself and think, oh, I don't know if I could do that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It took me many times to try to get people to notice that I was still in my body, but I kept trying. And finally they noticed. So what makes me think that all of a sudden I'm going to be this massive, successful person in this tiny thing that I'm trying to pursue, and all of a sudden it's going to be like this successful business? It's not like that. Life doesn't work like that. You have to know that it is a bunch of pinky moves compounded to get you there.
Yes.
But if you don't even make the first pinky move, that you will remain stuck. And
it could be a pinky move, or it could be or your toe. Does that count too?
Any tiny movement, any fraction of a movement,
an eye,
positive,
like your face. Mm-hmm. Like what the doctor saw was actually a micro movement.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of us think that we just need these big grand movements, and we don't. Yeah. We just need to compound our little tiny micro victories.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you've built a life that's hardly recognizable.
Because everything adds up.
It does.
And the easiest way to see this is like when you go to the gym and like you don't see results the first day.
That's a great example.
But a win is showing up to the gym.
That's a win.
So but a year later, you could see the before and after.
100%.
But you focus on the pinky move of just going to the gym every day.
Yeah.
So the same thing.
I had a client that was trying to lose weight, and the same thing. I was trying to explain to her what a pinky move was all about. The same way that I made my recovery, and it was just a pinky move. I didn't get up and walk out of the hospital right away. Of course, I wanted to. Just like someone trying to lose weight, they want to look a certain way, but they have to put in the work. Mm-hmm. I had to put in the work. So she couldn't actually walk into the gym because of her shame and her feeling like everybody's going to judge her and all these things. But I asked her to make a pinky move, and every day get up as if you are going to go to the gym. And I want you, for the first pinky move, to put your clothes out on the bed, what you're going to wear. Put it out on the night before. Your gym clothes, your gym shoes, everything you're going to wear. In the morning, I want you to wake up and put it on. I'm not asking you to go to the gym. Just put it on. Just put it on. And then the next thing was, okay, now that you have the gym clothes on, drive to the gym. I'm not asking you to go in the gym. Just drive there. Then the next thing is go to the gym and walk in to the gym. I'm not asking you to work out. Just walk in and keep doing that. Make those little pinky moves, compound. And then before you know it, she's working out because she's already there.
Wow.
She's already in her gym clothes. She's already walked in. Might as well just work out.
That's a great strategy. That's great. I'm going to apply that to everything. So we're hitting the gym tomorrow or what?
Yeah, pinky moves, friend.
Okay, so if you hit stages, you've been on TED Talks, you were on that doctor show where they like reveal like miracle cases.
The doctor's TV show.
Okay.
So I've my book is called Limitless. I became an international #1 bestseller.
Hey.
I was on the Doctor's TV show. Was interviewed there. I was in Washington Post, The Sun, all kinds of magazines. Women's World magazine.
Okay.
I'm currently holding the title for Stroke Hero for the American Stroke Association. So they pick one in the nation. And this year, I've held the title for Stroke Hero.
Watch out, champ. That's what's up.
So I guess I have to celebrate that too, right?
It's crazy because it's like you are like an athlete that where you are the champ in that. Because I mean, what's an athlete? It's somebody that like trains every day to be the best at that. You're the best at recovering from a 1% chance of survival.
Thank you.
You're the best, and I'm glad that that people recognize that. And do you have a wall full of like your all of like your achievements? Like do you look at those like to remind you like, okay, yeah, I'm a badass.
Sometimes when I start to doubt myself, and so I get invited to speak in some rooms with amazing people, and a lot of times my imposter syndrome will strike up, and I'll start thinking,
I hate that.
yeah,
It's there all the time.
man, it's like you don't want it to be
What's
around,
up
but
with
it
that
does.
fool? Yeah.
But yeah, so when it strikes up, and I'm in a room with amazing speakers, people that are well educated and have all of these accolades behind them, I think, and then they're gonna have me on stage after that.
Do you ever think? I wonder if they ever feel like that.
Oh yeah, well they actually have told me that, because I've asked them to calm my own nerves. Like, what is it that you struggle with? What, I want to know, because I don't want to feel alone. And I think a lot of people, they struggle with feeling alone, and they think they're the only ones that feel that way, but they're not. And it's helped me realize that they also have those feelings. They also feel like they're imposters.
It doesn't matter how accomplished they are, huh?
No.
And
it's
happens.
crazy. They could be on TV and have, international shows. I mean, I met Ed Milet and Lisa Nichols, and I mean, so many people. I never thought that they would have those feelings.
Yeah, but they do, because they're people just like me and you.
Mm-hmm.
I bet they feel intimidated by what you've gone through and by what you've accomplished. Because, like, I think, like, wow, like, to endure that.
It's I think many times we don't think that it's something that we could ever
You're good.
You just think that big accomplishments are for other people, not for you. And when good things when good things happen to good people, I think that it's our responsibility to show others what's possible.
Okay.
And it doesn't mean that you have to stand on a stage. It doesn't mean that you have to have a podcast. It doesn't mean anything. All it means is that you can share the light with other people, just like parents do with their children. They show them what's possible.
Yeah. I think that's such a beautiful way of being grateful, that you realize and appreciate what you accomplished, and you're grateful. You're so grateful for it that now you feel like, well, now it's my duty to help as many people as I can. That's the best way I feel like to really show gratitude. To, okay, thank you. Let me see what I could do for other people.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing.
That's what I'm making pinky move progress,
What-
but yeah, I'm doing it.
What you got next? So you got your book Timeless or Limitless,
Limitless.
and then there's Pinky Moves that's in the making. It's coming.
So I also have my podcast, and like I don't have a podcast like you, but I have interviews and things like that. I interview other stroke survivors.
If you want a podcast like mine, you just gotta stock it up with alcohol and you'll be good. That's all you need.
I'm gonna bring you a bottle of our margarita from Las Brisas.
Hey, you're gonna sponsor our next episode. Hey, whoever's our next guest, they're gonna get to try that delicious Brisa's margarita.
Yes.
That's what's up.
It's a Cadillac margarita. My dad was known for it, and we bottle it up. So I'll bring it next time.
So this is a recipe from your dad. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's talk about that real quick. Mm-hmm. Side note.
Okay.
So you have a family restaurant that your parents started. That was your dad's legacy.
Yep.
And he worked on it. It's in Apple Valley, and it's a popular. I've known about your restaurant before I even met you, and I've been there. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
And then so your dad, that was his thing. That was his baby, and he did amazing.
Thank you.
I bet you he did nothing but pinky moves until
Yeah.
he arrived at that, and then so this margarita is his.
Signature.
Okay. Oh, I'm so ooh.
Yeah, it's everybody would order it. It's Gus. My dad's name is Gus.
I was about to.
Yeah, so they would say, "I want Gus's margarita,"
Hey,
and so we pretty much coined it as that.
let me know who wants to get lit with Gus's margarita with me.
And then my mom has a margarita too, which is Linda's margarita, and man, it's called a Linda Rita.
Okay.
And that one is a little stronger.
Did you ever mix both of them? Did you ever had a Goose Linda Rita?
Linda, no, I can't. I'm weak when it comes to margaritas. Like I can't. Their margaritas are strong. So
pinky moves.
I challenge anybody to have.
Pinky moves. Look, this is what you do. You get a cup, you fill it up. You don't gotta drink it. Next time you take a little sip. No, you smell it first. Next time you take a sip. We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there together. I'm a lightweight too, so. But thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tasting that. I'm gonna keep it to myself. No, I'll share it. I'll share it with my next guest for sure.
Yeah, I'll bring you a bottle.
Yeah, and then so what's going on with your restaurant? Like, I mean, it's been there for years.
Yeah, we opened in 1991. I'm not even going to tell you how old I was when it opened. Partly because I don't remember.
You were not even born.
No, we opened in 1991. My dad's dream. So my dad, when most people were retiring at his age, he decided to open a restaurant. And he opened his restaurant, and since 91, it's been operating. My dad died a few years ago.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Thank you. He was part of my recovery, the reason I recovered. So I'm very proud that he was my father. And he left his legacy to us. And I know that, so when we were growing up, my brothers and I, my dad always said the restaurant is his dream. Mm-hmm. And I think this is huge for any parent that has a business that is expecting their children to take over the business. One thing that my dad did, when he would always ask us, do you want to do this? Because this is my dream. Is this yours too? Because I'm fulfilling my dream, but what do you want to do? And my brothers chose different industries, and so did I. So much so to the point where I remember I was going to go to beauty. Well, before I went to beauty school, I decided to go to culinary school because I thought I was going to take over the restaurant. My brothers are in real estate, and my older brother's a real estate broker, very well known, does really well, Omar Alfaro, and so is my little brother, Jordan Alfaro.
They don't own that furniture across the street?
No, they don't. No, they own a lot of stuff, but none of that. They've created a really great life, and they help a lot of people in their industry. And I wanted to do the same, but on a smaller scale. I was a hairstylist, and I did that. I wanted to go to culinary school because I thought that, well, I got to take over the restaurant then. And my dad was like, do you want to take over the restaurant? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm supposed to. And he said, is it your passion? And I was like, I don't know. And he goes, what do you love to do? I loved working on hair and makeup, nails, all of that. And he saw that, and he told me, have you ever thought about going to beauty school? And I thought, no, beauty school, I don't know. I do it for fun. And he goes, I do my work for fun. And if you work every day in your life and it's fun, it doesn't feel like work. Man, that resonated with me so much so that I said, okay, I'm going to go to beauty school. I went to beauty school. I opened my hair salon, and I had clients, and I did the industry big. My work was in magazines. I got to travel all over the country. I worked with Paul Mitchell, and I worked New York Fashion Week. I loved it.
Is that why you went to New York? Because of all the fashion and all that? Oh,
yeah. Yeah. So I thought that was supposed to be my next step, but my dad said, no, this is my dream. You go pursue yours.
That's a good man right there. That's a great father.
Yeah. So my brothers and I are pursuing our dreams, and my mom has pursued her dream of raising our family and taking care of us and following.
Very successfully.
Yeah, she's been the rock of our family. She's supported my father, supported us through all of our ups and downs, and since 1990, she's been keeping the restaurant.
And what's the name of the restaurant?
Las Brisas Restaurant.
Las Brisas Restaurant.
Yeah.
And so, are we approaching the end of a legacy, a new season?
Yeah. So, my brothers and I, even though my mom, it's all she knows is the restaurant, we feel like it's her time to find out what makes her happy. Okay. She's always lived for us. It's time she lives for herself. And we've had many discussions with her, and we've talked to her about the restaurant is my dad's legacy, and it's what he always wanted to do. And I know he's proud that you kept it going, but we think it's time that another family come in and start their own legacy and continue the chapter of what my dad started. And now it's time for you, Mom, to live your life. And that's what Daddy would want. Yeah. And
your mom seems so full of life too.
It took a lot for us to convince her, but I think she's getting tired.
Okay.
So it's finally starting to, she's been marinating in it for a while, and we've made peaky moves with my mom, trying to like convince her to like let go, and so much so that now she's accepted that I am tired and I do need to let go. And so my brother's being in real estate, and just my mom being done, I think that we're willing to now put the restaurant on the market.
Okay.
And
that's big news.
Yeah. And close a chapter in our life and
open up a new one.
And
we were talking about it earlier, but we're having a grand opening, a grand closing.
Grand closing. Yeah.
Mark the occasion. Pop them Gus margaritas. And celebrate.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey.
Definitely. It's been many years and many happy people, and we've served, thousands of people and watched kids grow up and have their own families. And, it's just been such a staple in the high desert.
Yes.
And I feel like we should leave with a bang.
Yo.
Yeah.
Send me the invite.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, you'll be part of the celebration.
Yeah, let's go. It's like a happy, moment.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's like it's on your own terms, and on your mom's own terms to be like, okay, you know what? Yes.
Yeah, it's time. It's time to let another family in and create their memories now. And we've done the hard work.
Yeah.
The heavy lifting.
Yeah,
and,
it's the
and,
takeover is easy.
Yeah. So
Don't mess it up.
yeah, don't mess it up.
Well, all I could say to that is congratulations,
Thank
really.
Thank you.
You guys did your part. And and let's cheers to mom
Yeah, cheers to mama.
and to Gus, Senor Gus.
Gus and Linda, mama
Gus
and
and
daddy.
Linda, cheers. We're gonna come and celebrate with you. Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know. Let me know how many plus ones I get. I'll bring a bus full of people.
That's okay.
If people want to contact you for speaking engagements or anything like that, what's the best approach?
You can just contact me on social media, or you can email me, brisaalfaro.com. But my social media is probably the quickest.
Instagram?
Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of that.
And on Instagram, you're as Brisa
Alfaro.
all
Brisa.
together?
So on Instagram, Brisa _Alfaro _.
Okay.
And then Brisa Alfaro on Facebook.
I'm sure a lot of people, if they haven't heard about you, as soon as they do, like they would want to incorporate you into their speak, because there's a lot of like women empowering events that happen even here just locally, and they'd be.
Yeah, it's always surprised me when people reach out to me to speak to their group of people or organizations or businesses, because I always think, what does my story have anything to do with, let's say, real estate or financial prosperity or anything? I mean, I was in a money summit once, and I'm like, what does that have anything to do with
Resilience,
yeah,
patience, endurance, willpower, dreaming, hope, faith.
yeah,
Come on, you got it all.
pinky moves.
Yes. Stop doubting yourself. You're amazing, and you went through something that, sheesh, I wouldn't wish it on our worst enemies, and it's tough. And it's like you unlocked a new fear, It's like, because that's crazy.
It's very rare, so don't think it's less than 5 cases per year worldwide.
Yeah.
You're good.
5 cases, not even 5%. 5 cases worldwide.
Cases.
Oh, you special.
Yeah, kind of. Like if my mom always says, if it could happen to anyone, it's going to happen to you.
Yeah. But I love how you can smile and laugh about it. You know that I think about you all the time when I'm like struggling with like feeling overwhelmed. I think about your story.
Really?
Yes.
Aww.
All the time. I was like, really? Is what you're dealing with right now? Like, would you trade, would you rather go through that?
I have to do that to myself. Because, it's been so many years. Sometimes I am going through a situation, and sometimes I'm like, Brisa, are you serious? Right now you're worried about, you just have to make a pinky move. Like, you're making it too complicated.
If anyone should know, it's you.
Yeah, I do that to myself. So I feel like we have to give ourselves grace when it comes to that. Because
yes, please. Yes, please. Give yourself grace, because shit, we're alive. So see, you're helping people. You're helping me. Yeah, you can't stop now. And if you enjoy it, that's even
I love it.
1,000 times better.
They say that if you could do your work without receiving a single dollar and just doing it
Yeah.
every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That's your passion. Yeah. And I mean, it's also a plus when you get paid for it. But
It's a
if
plus
you,
plus.
Yeah. But if you would do it anyways, even if there was no currency exchanged, and you just did it because the currency was love, and you saw the passion from the other person or the love that the person is experiencing. They love that they got to experience it. They love the fact that they connected with you. They love the fact they heard you, saw you, spoke with you, or they saw your work. Whatever it is, that's your passion. And if you could do that every day, that's not work.
I loved how you said, if it's the currency of love,
Yeah.
because that's limitless, really, because you can't run out of it.
Nope.
I wanted to ask you, Brisa,
Yeah.
because yes, you work because you love it, but what do you do for fun? Like when you say, like, you know what, I need to like just relax. Let me go fishing.
I like hiking.
Okay.
Of all things, I like kickboxing.
Oh my God.
I like kickboxing. So I am not a gym person. I don't like the gym because I'm ruminating in my thoughts the whole time. And I'm not relaxing.
But you're a martial artist.
But I like martial arts because I'm thinking of my next move, or I'm immersed in what I'm supposed to do.
So do you go to a boxing gym?
I did. I used to. I trained in Jeet Kune Do, which is Bruce Lee style of martial arts.
Oh, be water, my friend.
I did. Be water, my friend. Yeah. Maybe that's why I think the way I think, because the water can crush.
So then you're at the gym. There's punching bags that you kick. Who do you think of when you're kicking these things?
My negative self.
Okay, there you go. Get it together.
Yeah.
And you could kick?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. I love martial arts. I love, like, I've trained in all of it. I've done Jeet Kune Do, Filipino martial arts. I've done Muay Thai. Muay Thai is my favorite.
Oh, that's savage.
That's my
That's savage
favorite.
mode right there.
But then
Elbows?
Yeah, elbows, knees, all that.
Did you ever watch the movie The Protector?
With
Tony Jaa.
no.
Oh my God, please
I don't
watch
watch
it.
much TV.
So if you're ever gonna watch a movie, since you like Muay Thai, you know how there's like Jackie Chan and what's the other one? Jet Li and Bruce Lee. There's another guy named Tony Jaa, if I remember correctly, and his fighting style is like Muay Thai.
Oh.
And the whole movie, he's just kicking the shit out of everybody because they stole their elephant. That's literally the premise of the movie. Like, they came and they stole his elephants because he lives in like Thailand or the Philippines. And so he goes hunting for his elephants, but he's like a master in this fighting style. And it's the movie is so...
Practicing martial arts, there's so much more to it than just kicking butt. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There's a spiritual element.
Okay.
There's like a for me at least, it calms me. My nervous system, like, all I could see is what's in front of me. And also because I trained Jeet Kune Do, I remember a lot of the Bruce Lee's like dichos, sayings that he would have. And like what you were saying earlier, like, be like water, my friend. So water can crash, water can flow. And I think that that's important because a lot of times we're so rigid in the way that we approach things. And when I go back to my martial arts, like, you're supposed to just let it flow.
Because if you're too rigid, that's how you could break.
That's why you can get hurt.
But if you're flexible...
Be flexible. Be like
break.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I love...
So that's what you do for fun. Oh, for fun, I just go and kick some ass. No biggie.
Well, I don't train with a partner anymore. I used to work out at Cobra Kai behind, in the gym there.
Did you ever meet the owner, Stevenson?
Yeah. And Ryan, he passed away, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I worked out. Before that, I worked out with at Mateo Academy, which was one of Bruce Lee's. He worked with Dan Inosano, which was Bruce Lee's like right-hand man.
How did you get into it?
I started babysitting one of the instructor's kids.
And he was kicking your ass, so you were like,
kept
I
telling
can't babysit this kid unless I could defend myself.
He kept telling me, when are you going to come to the studio? And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that.
It wasn't like something you wanted to do. It was just like.
No, absolutely not. But he kept, telling me, I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it. I'm like, I'm not, no. And then.
Were you a girly girl?
I was, yeah. I am.
He was like, I'm not going to break my lil. Look at your manicure. Look at it perfectly done.
I am, but don't let me take my earrings off.
Damn.
No.
I'll be scared at the moment I see you like putting your hair up. I'd be running the other way.
No, I really, really, really loved it more than anything because of the calmness I feel. I know a lot of people get like uptight with it, but I felt calm.
You know what I was gonna say? Because you kind of allude to it. You're present. You're in the present moment. Like it clears your mind because you're so focused on what you're doing. Because you got to be one with your body to look at the target.
Yeah.
Send a command and execute.
Yeah.
Did you train before your incident?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it took a while for me to get back. So there's Luis at Cobra Kai. He was my martial arts instructor, and I had talked to him about I want to get back into Muay Thai, but I'm afraid of getting hit in the head or being too slow or not remembering my counts or anything like that, even though I've been training since I'm 15 years old. And he was like, okay, no problem. We'll work with you. And he did. He worked with me, and it was amazing. And then slowly after that, I just started going to other, my life just made different changes. And now I train every once in a while. We do kickboxing, but it's not as aggressive.
Yes.
And I work with Fit Fam HD with Deborah.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love that gym. It's everything I needed and more.
Yeah. I just seen her. I love Deborah. What's up, Deborah? Hey, I gotta. Okay.
Yeah, you got to interview Deborah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I will.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she's doing the DECA.
Decca, yeah.
The DECA thing.
Yeah, I
tournament.
was supposed to do that.
Yeah, me too. I already skipped.
Salud.
Salud.
We'll get there.
Yeah, she's gonna kick our ass, Deborah. And did you find your body responding? Like does your body because
Muscle memory, man.
yeah, okay.
Muscle memory, because many times Luis would go over a count, and he would say the count, like what we were gonna do. And man, I couldn't remember because I have a brain injury. I have gaps in my memory. So I couldn't remember exactly what he's trying to get us to do. And he would just say, just be fluid. Just go off on the bag and just see what comes out. Well, many times it would come out exactly the way it was supposed to. And that's just muscle memory, man.
That's crazy. So you never forget to ride a bike?
No.
Or to kick? And do you go, hi-ya? What's your sound that comes out when you kick?
I don't know. I do make a sound.
You probably sound like a ninja.
I don't know. I guess you'll have to put a Muay Thai bag up in here, and I'll show you.
You want to kick me?
Or I can kick you.
I don't know if I want to find out that bad. That's crazy. Yeah, I forgot. That's right. You did mention that to me.
Yeah.
That's badass. See?
Yeah, I love it.
So you really are a warrior, like in the literal sense and in the physical sense.
I think that helped me a lot in my recovery, because being an athlete, you give yourself no option B. And you are very much like, it is, it's me or the other guy.
It's dire,
It's live or, yeah.
You live or die.
You have to make a decision. And what is your decision going to be?
I want to live. Sorry.
Yeah.
For you.
So.
I'm sorry for you, my friend.
I made that decision, and I'm here today because of it.
So are you going to be my new sensei? Are you going to train me?
I don't know if I'm capable of that, but I can guide you to people that can train you.
Because I got like zero experience, zero training. And
Well, that doesn't mean anything. I have zero experience of surviving a stroke, and I did that.
That's right.
So you can do that too.
That's true. Yes, I would. I mean, I've been meaning to get into boxing, kickboxing. I tried jujitsu for like 2 months. I was getting beat. It was a lot on my body because I was doing like dirt bike riding, jujitsu, and heavy lift. I was lifting weights.
Yeah.
All at the same time. So I was.
Oh,
like,
you're
okay.
an all or nothing guy.
Yeah, and then I stopped doing all of it.
Yeah. Yeah, all or nothing.
Yeah, I'm like that. So
Yeah.
I need a little bit more
I'm like that
discipline in
too.
my life.
When are you born?
May 4th.
That's why.
Really? Are you Taurus? Mm-hmm. When were you born?
May 12th.
Ooh, what's up, compa? Okay. So please keep doing your thing. I'm here for whatever you need.
Thank you.
We're here to support you and cheer you on. And you're like, worthy of admiration because, you're a warrior.
Thank you.
I like warriors. I like warriors by my side.
I appreciate it.
And let's keep that fight going.
For sure.
Keep sharing that story. And we're looking forward to your next engagements. Is there anything that's coming up in your calendar?
Let's see. So what just came up in my calendar was my anniversary for my stroke.
Okay.
So
Which
that was the 29th, which was March 29th, and was 11 years.
Okay, so you just turned 11 years.
11 years from a lot of people don't like to call it a stroke anniversary, but I celebrate it. I'm here another day. So it's my stroke anniversary.
Celebrate that. Cheers.
Salud.
And on that note, thank you for stopping by, Brisa.
Thank
It was
you.
a pleasure.
Thank you. Likewise.
Salud.
I'll be back.
Yes. With that margarita, por favor.
Yes, definitely.